So, you want to go for a walk? You want to go for a nice, easy stroll? Do you want something nice and easy to read during the holidays? Something big family gathering? You've had your dinner, you've had your socializing. Now you just want to go over in a corner and read a good book. Welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, Kristina. This is where we read books and we talk about books. No special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy stuff going on here. And please check out my Star Trek Next Generation recaps on Friday. Also, my If Then episodes Friday afternoon. Got a little carried away with Halloween, got more carried away with Thanksgiving, and really topped it off with Christmas. So please check out all those If Thens for Christmas. If Then Cozies, If Then Contemporary Romance Christmas, and some Vampire Christmas. So check those out. So, here we are. Donna Andrews, Between a Flock and a Hard Place. I need to look up what book number this is. It's up there. It's just a nice, easy read. Nice, enjoyable read. You don't even get your murder till chapter 16 or so. And beware of spoilers. I will spoil the characters of the yin yang. I won't tell you who done it, but I will spoil the entire rest of the book. So beware of spoilers here. So, there is a makeover crew in town. Marvelous Mansions. They are a very low budget makeover show. They are currently making a lot of noise with their construction. So in the beginning, it is believed that they all their documents were accurately and valid until it's later proven they weren't so accurate and valid. And they were not so on the up and up. It is also learned that their workers were given poor accommodations, and some of their union workers were put off a couple days so they could bring in non-union workers to do some of the initial construction stuff so they wouldn't have to pay the union workers their scale. So they did all that. And because of all the stuff that the non-construction workers did, the house has to be condemned. And it's later learned that it's gonna have to be totally destroyed and flattened because what the non-construction crew did is irreplaceable. So we start our little book off here with this makeover thing. And because of this makeover thing, and because of all the construction in her neighborhood, Gloria Willingham stood on our doorstep, shoulders hunched as if to resist a blow. Her elegant contralto voice throbbed with righteous indignation and a suggestion of barely controlled hysteria. I tried to decide who she was channeling. Lady Macbeth, Hedda Gabler, the Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland? Like my husband, Michael, for that matter, most of their colleagues in Philly College drama department, Gloria tended to reprise her favorite acting roles whenever real life gave her the chance. I told you this TV thing was a bad idea, she added. And I'd agreed with you, Meg said. And they're just making so much noise that she wants to know. Meg has a huge house. Meg is our assistant to the mayor. And I did write that down. She's the mayor's special assistant. Meg's title, her internal title, is she's the mayor's special assistant in charge of nuts and nuisances. The working title is executive assistant for special projects. But according to Meg, it's special assistant in charge of nuts and nuisances. So we have Meg. And we have Michael, her husband, and her two sons. And we have Rose Noir, who makes an appearance. And we have her nephew that makes an appearance. And she lives in this small town, and she's been solving murder mysteries this whole time, a whole slew of books. We don't see too many extraneous characters come on board here. There's a huge, massive, extended, large family, but you don't see too many. You do see her mother, and you do see her father, who is the town coroner, and her grandfather, who owns the local zoo and is a famous zoo person, zoologist, animal person, like the guy from Animal Kingdom. I should have wrote down his name. I forget what his name was. But it was huge on show back way, 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 way back then. And this guy was an expert on animals. And that's what Meg's grandfather is. He's a huge expert on all these animals. So we do see them. Those are your family members that you do see. You do see a lot of Chief Burke. He's a family friend of Meg's, but he's also Chief Burke, and his wife Minerva. And then his grandson Cal also plays a role in this, besides the boys. And we have some of the neighborhood people on the block where the mansion thing is occurring. So those are your main characters, and Horace, the forensics DNA guy, the crime scene investigator, Chief Burke, and Ada, and a few of the other cops make an appearance too. But it's just a nice, slow, get to know everybody, sit down, enjoy a book, have some cookies. I ate too much with Janet Ivanovich the other day. I've got to stop eating. It's too much eating during the holidays. So it's been cookie after pie after cookie after pie this week. It's been ridiculous. So Gloria comes to Meg's house because of all the construction noise going on at the house next door to hers. In the middle of all this construction, Meg goes over, she gets a phone call. Well, she's headed over there anyway to check, because she told Gloria she would go over and check and see if she could talk to the construction crews about fixing the issue. And she's like almost there, and she gets another phone call to come there to that street. And so when she gets there, apparently some kids thought it was a really good idea to gather up all the wild turkeys in the area and release 211 wild turkeys on this neighborhood. So they were everywhere. And so they were called in to see what they could do about gathering the turkeys up. And her grandfather, the zoologist, wants to know how these people, when they are caught and who they are, how they gathered up all these turkeys. It would be good to know for future events how they got all these turkeys to come here in this one place. So that's the first problem they got to tackle, is gathering up all the turkeys. And that's like a little bit of a side plot. And then you have, of course, the construction issues. And it turns out the guy in charge is a little crooked. And he's in trouble with some stuff. Then we also have this neighbor, this guy that used to own the house. And apparently he's very, very possessive of the area. He's forever coming over and visiting and giving advice on the lawn care and all this kind of stuff. Yet he sold this house to the Smet camps like 15 years ago, and he's still coming over. And they say that his wife had an affair and she ran away with some other guy, and she left him X number of years ago. And he also, down on his luck, he lives in a very cheap apartment now. So there's a story there. That's one of your subplots. So you have the construction issue with the house. You have all the stuff that's going on with the actual construction, the actual crew, all the rotten stuff that's done to these workers unjustly and unfairly by the head guy. Then the head guy turns out to be crooked, not only for the stuff he's doing to the crew, but stuff he's also done in the past. And it turns out later that he's got some warrants under him. Then we've also got another plot that the lady that Gloria Willingham that came to Meg's to get refuge has two tenants. She is a female tenant that's sitting out there sunbathing in front of her house, trying to attract the TV crew and maybe get employment in Hollywood. These people are very, very far from Hollywood. They're very under low budget Hollywood, so there's no way, but she's trying anyway. And then you've got a computer geek in this lady's attic, and he doesn't come out. He's up at all hours. He's always spying on people. It's later revealed that he's got binoculars and he's always watching. So he becomes a person in interest in all of this in the future. So we've got all that going on, Mr. Charles Jasper. And then it's revealed that some people weren't as happily married as they were originally thought. And I've got to read this one part that I thought was quite interesting. It's such a good book. It really is. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a nice, easy read. It's one of those things that you want to read during the holiday, just to get away, just to get away from family, and you just want to sit and have a nice book and a cup of tea or whatever your beverage of choice is, and just sit there and just relax and enjoy a book. And really enjoy it and just sit there and read at your leisure. And it's just, there's nothing. It's all PG. In fact, I would consider it mostly G-rated book. Meg is forever helping everybody in creation out. She's forever doing everything for everybody. But at one point, before a lot of this stuff happens, the guy was asking who would name the street Bland. B-L-A-N-D. And Meg says, a lot of places in Virginia, I suspect, I said. It's named after a real person, James, James, A, last name Bland. The African-American musician who wrote Carry Me Back to Old Virginia, which used to be our state song. Used to be? What happened to it? It didn't wear well. The lyrics were all nostalgic about pre-Civil War Virginia life, not to mention full of politically incorrect language. So in the 90s, the legislature officially declared it our state song emeritus, Emeritus, and started trying to figure out a new state song. And it took them 20 years, and now we have two new songs. Sweet Virginia Breeze is officially the state popular song. Our Great Virginia is the state traditional song. Never heard of either. You'd recognize Our Great Virginia if you heard it, I said. Someone wrote a few new words to the tune of Shenandoah. We've got that problem in California, he said. We've got California, Here I Come. Good song, everybody knows it. That honor belongs to I Love You, California, written by a guy named Frankenstein. No way, look it up. Abraham F. Frankenstein. So I just thought that was an extra little note. That it was just an interesting thing to point out. But it's a good, easy read. You have your construction crew intrigue. You have the construction itself. Then you have the construction crew union issues and non-union issues. Then you have the turkey issue. Then you have the gardening issue. And then you have the murder. And the murder issue. And then you may have something that's going on with Grace Willingham's attic peoples. So, it's just an awesome book. It's a nice, easy, slow afternoon. Get away from the family. Have a few minutes to yourself. read after a good Thanksgiving or Christmas or New Year's dinner or Hanukkah. Hanukkah this year is the same as Christmas this year. Isn't that awesome? All those presents. Don't you wish Christmas lasted 8 days too? Oh, all those presents, all those traditions, and your wander or whatever there's another holiday too during that point. So it's just awesome. So if you could please hit the like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed this book. It is really, really good. Thank you.